Hey there, and welcome to the SBVC Centennial Podcast. My name is Thomas Robles, and I am a proud alumnus here at SBVC. This podcast is part of SBVC's Centennial Celebration. Each episode, we will highlight the people that make SBVC way more than just a college. We'll talk to alumni, faculty, staff, local leaders, and community partners about how this campus opened doors, built careers, and inspired generations. Welcome to the SBVC Centennial Podcast, where we celebrate 100 years of stories here at San Bernardino Valley College.
Hey everybody, my name is Thomas Robles and welcome back to the SBVC Centennial Podcast. Today I have the honor of interviewing Angie Gideon, who serves as our library supervisor, and she's been on campus for 59 years, or was there more?
Yes, I've been here since 1965, so 2 years. 1 year as a student and 1 year as a part-timer. So I've been here 61 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's amazing, Angie.
Yes.
And how are you feeling today?
Today I feel great, and I'm happy that you're interviewing me. Thank you very much.
It's an honor to have you. To interview a VIP on campus like yourself that has just been, influenced and has influenced for the many decades that you've been here. Just what an honor it is to be able to hear from you, and we can't wait to hear from you today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Tell me about your time with the library. What was it like to work in that space throughout these years?
Well, that has been another adventure because I started in the old library, and then they built the brand new one, the second one.
Sure.
So I've been in the first one, the second, and now I'm in the third one. And every one of them is different. The first one is all wood, round doors, solid woods, wrought iron, tile. And then we moved to the next one, which was marble, more of a square building, not a lot of wood, a lot of metal, and carpet. The other one, it was just like an old-fashioned house.
Sure.
And then the middle one. And now this one, the third one, is it's a lot of glass and a cement floor. It's a lot different, So they both are very different. Of course, technology has been a difference too, because when the old library was just pencil and paper writing in and just checking in things and always stamps and stuff. The second one, we got a Gaylord machine, which the machine would stamp the books, and it was different. And the two old libraries were Dewey Decimal. Then when we moved to the second one, we changed to LC system, Library of Congress. So we had to remove all the old labels and put new labels, and that became more modern. So we had to change from one to the other system. And then now technology has come. Now we have barcodes, we have computers. I've seen the 3 stages of progression in the modern world.
Wow. I worked for a library in the city of Colton once upon a time, right across the street from City Hall.
Yes.
So I worked there for 3-4 years during COVID, and we had to move our archive. We had to move all of our books, re-stamp them. I know it is so tedious.
Yes, it was.
And so the fact that you have that skill and you've just been here, that's amazing.
Yes. I remember the electric erasers erasing the spines to put the new call numbers. That was a lot of work.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Over and over, huh?
And then the new now, how we had to put the barcodes, we had to put the magnetic strips, and it was a big job, and we did it all.
I don't know how you do it, Angie. So, Angie, I have a couple questions I wanted to run by you, and it's a little lengthy, so I have to read off of the script, okay?
Yes.
So, before you became an employee, Angie, you were a first-gen college student from Colton, shout out, who had once looked at Valley College campus and declared that you would one day attend school there someday.
Yes.
Can you take us back to the first days of you as a student worker? What did the campus look and feel like, and how did that childhood dream become a lifelong career?
Well, when I graduated from Colton High, the second day I came straight to the library to see if I could find a job. And I did. And I told the librarian, the head librarian, that I needed a job because I wanted to go to college and I couldn't afford it. But if I had a job, I could go to college. He says, yes, we have an opening. but the opening is for evenings and Sundays. And in those days, we were open evenings and Sundays. I said, I'll take it. So that's how I got my job. And then this campus was so beautiful, and it was an older campus. I thought it was like Oxford. I was so proud of this school because it was so beautiful, And the old administration was so beautiful. It had the wrought iron, the tile, the chandeliers, and the library, the old library too, was beautiful. A lot of wood, solid wood doors, a lot of wood in there, I fell in love with the library,
What did it feel like?
It just felt, it was warm, and it had an upstairs. There was a lot of windows. You could study. I found a little corner upstairs and would study in the old library, because then they connected it to the new library, the one that was in the middle, the second one. And we still had the old and the new. And a lot of students used to go upstairs and study because there was a lot of windows. All around was windows and carrels to study tables, So it was a beautiful place, I loved the books. We had a really good art collection. I was an art major. So I said, my God, these are beautiful books. When you live out in the country, I grew up in Texas, by the way.
Oh.
I'm a Texan. And we live out in the country, and, we didn't have much books. We rarely had books. And so when I saw this, that's why I wanted to work in the library, because the books were beautiful, especially the art books. We had a good art collection, and we still do.
Sure. And where were those first libraries? Were they in the same spot where the current library is now?
They built the second one right next to the old one, which was good, because then they built a breezeway and connected the two together.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But then later on, they tore it down. That was so painful when they tore the old one down.
Sure.
And then the next one too, and to build this one.
Sure. And you've seen buildings come and go on campus.
Yes.
What was the building that you were the most attached to? If it was the library, was there another building you were attached to? For example, the liberal arts building, right? Or the one that was in the corner that they took down for student services?
Yeah, well, the administration was a beautiful building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was right next to us, and in the front of the administration, it had a big, like a piece of land that was empty, and they would plant flowers.
Oh, wow.
All the way to almost close to Mount Vernon, big row of flowers always. The gardeners would change the flowers every season.
Sure.
And it was so beautiful, But the front of the administration, it had the big wrought iron gates, the big chandelier hanging, and it was right next to the modern, I think, the modern library, because that one, the old one was behind.
Sure.
But it was connected to us, so we had both of them. Because we ran out of space, it was too small,
Sure.
And the little observatory, I thought that was a really cute little building, And of course, the Greek theater, and the auditorium. The auditorium was beautiful.
What was the 60s like on campus?
Oh my God, the 60s! Oh, that was another adventure. Let me tell you.
Tell me.
The 60s, there was a war going. The boys were burning their draft cards, and the girls were burning their bras. It was free love.
You're kidding! Oh my gosh!
It was really radical times. Kids, the hippie movement, the birth control, liberation. It was a very turbulent time.
So Valley College has seen a lot of different
times,
eras,
Yes.
That's so interesting.
Yes.
And how did you feel when you were here in the 60s?
Well, since I was a country girl, I was an observer.
Okay.
I see life as like a play. I am sitting in the front row and I'm just watching.
Sure.
That's my life.
Sure.
That's what I've been doing.
And what are some of the things that you've seen?
Well, I saw the kids that were always having protests. The Mexican kids, the Mecha Club.
Sure, the Chicanos.
The Chicano movement. That was very popular. And coming from Texas, I didn't know, was I a Chicana? I told my dad, am I a Chicana or a Mexican American? What am I? He says, you're an American first.
Sure.
I said, okay, I'm an American. What about a Chicana? He said, no, that's a Californian born.
Okay.
That's what he told me, that a person is born in California. Like, you're a Texan because you were born in Texas.
Sure.
But your Chicana is one that's born here. So I was like a Chicana.
Wow.
That's what he told me.
I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't either. So I'm an American and a Texan.
Sure. So Angie, you've been here 6 decades on campus. How do you feel about those 6 decades of work? And when did you realize that Valley College wasn't just a place to work? What kept you here so long?
Well, it improved my life, you know. I was the first person to go to college. And so
in your family?
I wanted, yes, in my family. I wanted to be a role model to my family, my brothers and sisters, and I think I was, you know, because my brothers they started going to college too, you know, and I also met my husband here.
No way. Did your husband work here?
No, he came to pick up his friend because his car broke down. His friend's car broke down.
Okay.
So I met him. He came in the library looking for him.
You're kidding.
No, and that's how I met my first husband.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, but apparently, you know, unfortunately, he died. You know, he had cancer and passed away. Yeah.
But you met him here on campus.
I met him on campus. Yes, and he was a Vietnam veteran.
Sure.
You know? And then my second husband, I also met him here.
No way.
So how
Angie.
lucky can you be?
Hang on. So just the library is a spouse magnet, right? That's so funny.
But I didn't meet him only one I met in the library.
Okay.
The other one I met, I was a mentor for students.
Sure.
I was mentoring students.
Sure.
And my husband was a mentor for the business world. So I happened to go to that conference, and I just went to volunteer and help out as a hostess with the hostess, you know, helping out.
Sure.
And that's where I met my husband. He was a widow, I was a widow. And so we met and we became friends, and then we ended up getting married.
Oh my goodness.
So we're still married. We've been married 30 years.
Congratulations. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is a wild story. So would you say that your relationships have been tied to your longevity on campus?
Yes, that and the love for I like this. I like the students. I like helping them, and you know, sometimes I think, who's going to help them when I'm gone?
Yeah.
I think that, you know, sometimes they come in, and the students are very friendly. They come to the library. You're kind of like I feel like I'm in a bar and people come and talk to you. So I just listen. I'm a listener. So I listen to them, and sometimes they say, oh, you know, I'm hungry, or I don't have any money for the bus, or what. And, oh, here, you know, this and that, and I'll help them out, you know, because, you know, I'm supposed to do that, I think, you know.
Sure.
So, and, but the students, you know, the students, a lot of them have so many problems that they need somebody to listen to. All you need to do is listen to them, because they have nobody.
Yeah.
You open the library in the morning and good morning. And if you don't say good morning, they'll remind you.
Yeah.
How come you didn't say good morning to me today?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I was thinking of something else, you know. But I think that connection with the student is very important.
I think I speak for, you know, I don't want to speak for everybody on campus, but, you know, Angie, your impact has been felt. You know, I've known you many years now.
Yes.
Since I was a
I know.
student. And your warmth just echoes in everything that you do. I see you in so many rooms, events, you know, and it's just really an honor to know you. And it's an honor to have you here, of course. But I hope I'm speaking directly to the people that are listening to this podcast. We will carry on that work.
I hope so.
To continue to connect and support students holistically, not just with their academics, but as a person. Yeah. How are you? You got this.
Yes.
Because you put it in us.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
I am so happy for them, you know, when they succeed and, you know, and they do good. And then, you know, I have to tell you a little story about the Vietnam War.
Please.
This kid came in one day and said, "You've been here a long time, huh? Were you here in the Civil War too?" I said, no. And then I said, "But I was here in the Vietnam War." He says, "My grandfather was in the Vietnam War."
Oh my gosh.
I said, "Really?" And so he told, but I couldn't remember the name. He told his grandfather came the next day to see who I was.
No way.
And you know what? I was the one that signed his deferment paper.
No way.
And I used to tell other students, wish him good luck. I wish him good luck, and I pray for you to be safe. Please come and visit me when you come back. This gentleman came back.
No way.
I was so happy to see him.
I have chills.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I thought, oh my God, how wonderful. He says, "You're still here?" I said, "I'm still here."
And I'm sure you've had many experiences.
Many experiences like that. Many.
Do you have any experiences like that you can recall that you wanted to share for the podcast? Because I'm sure people come back all the time. Where's Angie? I need to see her.
Yes,
right?
yes. Well, I don't know this one. One experience that I had that I had gone to the doctor, and after doctor, my test came out good, and I did good in my test in my lab work.
Sure.
I would go have downtown Colton. I would have a Denny's. I would stop and have a breakfast.
Sure.
And I was sitting there one day eating my breakfast and looking out the window, and outside is this little old guy, and he's so poor, and it's raining, and he's got little bits of water in his beer. I said, "Oh my God, I bet you he's cold and hungry." So I went outside. I told the lady, "Don't leave my breakfast."
Yeah, I'll be
I
right
went
back.
outside. I'll be right back. So I went outside and I told him, "Sir, would you like to have a breakfast? Please come inside. You want a hot cup of coffee?" "I would love one." He said. So I told the lady to feed him and then give me the bill. So she set him in a corner and fed him,
Sure.
Whatever he wanted, he should have. So anyway, so I went and finished my breakfast, and then I went and pay for his too, And this guy started going to Valley one day, and
No way.
he saw me. He saw me walking in the library. The next day, I received a bouquet of red roses. He says, one day I was so cold and hungry, and you fed me. You gave me a breakfast. And he says, "And you work here?" I said, "Yes, sir." He says, "I'm a vet." He was a Vietnam veteran. He said that he kind of went the wrong way. He was maybe drinking too much.
Yeah.
But now he's trained up his act. So he went to school here.
Oh my gosh.
And he wanted to pay me for the kindness.
What a
And I
blessing.
I have met so many people like that, that once they see you and they remember you.
Sure.
And that's been the best part of my life. I think I was destined to be here.
I think so too.
That's why I say it's so hard to leave.
Well, you can always come back. You can always come back and visit. I'm sure they'll always have a spot for you in the library.
Yeah.
Angie, we've talked a little bit about your experience with students that were serving in the Vietnam War, but I believe you've also engaged with Vietnamese refugees, correct?
Yes, I did.
So I have a question here. You remember Vietnamese refugees students after the war and the library hiring several of them as student workers.
Yes.
What do you remember about welcoming those students, the challenges they faced, and the ways they changed or enriched the library in the larger campus community? What do you remember about that time?
I remember that when we opened the library, the first group of kids that would come in would be Vietnamese. They would unite as a group. They had a great networking method of learning and helping each other out. And these kids were so smart, but their English was really bad. And they needed jobs. But they couldn't find jobs because nobody would hire them because they couldn't speak English very well. And so I told them, you guys need to apply for financial aid so you can get help to go to school, And so they did. And a lot of them got jobs with financial aid. And as soon as they got jobs, guess where they came? The library. And I said, I'll hire you guys. We'll do whatever we need to do. They cleaned walls because they couldn't speak English very well. They did all kinds of stuff, So I had a whole bunch of them. They were the nicest kids in the world. And you know that I've been to so many other weddings.
No way. What?
Yes, they're beautiful weddings. A lot of them had gotten married, and a lot of them became very successful. They became doctors, eye doctors, dentists, engineers. As a matter of fact, Quan and Tim Nguyen that worked in the library they were part of that group. We hired 2 of them full time, and the other ones, they all went off and became very successful. I am so proud of them, and I think that this library has done so much to help different kinds of people. I had a student. It was an older gentleman. He was a doctor in Vietnam, but he couldn't get a job anywhere. So, because he was having a hard time with English and passing his medical doctor. He was a doctor in Vietnam, I knew. So he started going to Valley, and then I told him, I hired him. He used to have a little odd job in Vietnam. He loved books, and he liked to repair them. So I hired him as a book repairer.
Oh my gosh.
So he did great, and he had all his girls came to Valley.
Oh my gosh.
And they all became nurses and doctors. Yeah, 5 girls. You know.
Sure.
Oh, it was so wonderful to see. And he was so happy that he got a job because he said, I need to get a job. I need to work for my family. But nobody will hire me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll hire you. Don't worry.
Angie, who didn't you open doors for? It seems like you've touched millions of lives.
I think I have. I think I really have. And I think that's what makes my job so interesting.
Sure.
The people I have met. You know, like most of the people that worked in the library, they were my student workers.
No way.
And they became librarians. Patty Wall became a librarian. Paula Ferry, but she has a different Milligan. She went on to Cal State, became a doctorate in English, and then came back here and teach.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's coming back in. She retired, but she's gonna come back and teach more classes.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of people that came back and took classes. And then the other thing that's really interesting, when I went to college here, a lot of the teachers that I had were real young teachers, and a lot of them had children, Sogomonian, and there's one of our librarians, Maria, I can't pronounce her name right. She's Maria, the librarian.
Yes, Maria.
Okay, her father was one of my teachers.
No, what?
Mr. Monroe.
Sure.
Yes, Sogomonian, Mr.
Nori?
Subas, Mr. All these teachers. They had children and they taught here. Some of them are still here teaching.
Gosh. Sure.
Yeah. So, God, life is so interesting, you know.
Were there any other coworkers or team members of yours that you wanted to shout out? You dropped a couple names now.
Yeah,
but are there a handful? I'm sure there's a million people you could mention.
All the ones that work in the library that used to be my students.
Wow.
So I knew them all. And they were such good workers. Heck, why don't we not just hire them?
I agree.
Yeah.
And now you have good librarians?
Good librarians, good workers, yeah.
And you've worked in all parts of the library, so circulation.
Yes, circulation, reference, mending. I used to be a teacher. I was teaching book repair. Oh, that was a really...
I didn't know that was a class.
Yeah, they have the library program where you get a certificate. So I was teaching book repair. That was the best class I ever had.
Sure.
Well, I mean... that was fun. Every Saturday I would come and teach for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Teach the kids how to repair books. We'd tear the book apart and put it back together.
Oh my gosh.
It was fun. It was
Sure.
really fun. So
You're leaving some big shoes to fill, Angie. It sounds like it sounds like you've done so much for this community and this campus.
yeah.
What are we going to do without you? Really? But it sounds to me like you've put that into your students, right? You've
Yes.
carried it on. The torch will be carried on to the next generation.
As a matter of fact, one of the students that was one of my best students, book repairer, I told him that he should teach because he was so good. And he's teaching the class now. Tim Hosford.
No way.
He's teaching the class. He's good.
Yeah,
Very
we love
good.
Tim. So, Angie, I have another question for you. So you've witnessed probably an extraordinary list of historic visitors at Valley College. This includes President Bill Clinton, Dolores Huerta, authors, artists, and national speakers. What visit remains the most vivid for you? And what do you remember that people who were not there, what should they know today?
Well, you know, when I met Mr. Clinton, the President Clinton,
Sure.
I thought he was a very handsome man. I mean, the pictures don't do him justice, but he's a very good-looking man.
Sure.
I can see why women loved him.
Sure.
know? And then I remember going during my lunchtime. I used to go to all these lectures because I said, you work in an institution that has lectures and authors and all these. Why not take advantage of this? So I take my bologna sandwich or my burrito and go and listen to this. I even saw Margaret Mead. Margaret Mead came. I didn't put her name down.
Oh, no
but
problem. Tell me about Margaret Mead.
She was so interesting because it's anthropology, talking about that. And I thought, wow, how interesting. Or Robert Collum, the one for I Spy. I think he was for I Spy. I saw so many people that were fascinating, So I took advantage of all this stuff,
Good.
I said, if I'm in an educational institution, why should I not experience these?
Sure. And which was your favorite visit? Well, what's one that you can remember the most?
Oh my goodness.
So you mentioned Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton was one.
Tell me about that day. What was it like? Were there a lot of people on campus?
Oh, yes. I remember when they brought him in a plane and everybody had to kind of be, there was a lot of FBI and all these people that kind of
Wait, he flew in on a helicopter?
Yes,
Where did he land?
in the back. I don't even think the building is there anymore, but there was a lawn on the back side of. Oh my goodness, it was on the north side of campus, you know, and there was a lot of people here, and they were very protective. There were men all over in suits watching, you know. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience to see a president come to campus.
Sure.
You know?
Was there a lot? I've heard in a previous guest, Dr. Louis Rodriguez, he was in the room. He said that he was one of the students. He must have been like 18 at the time. Oh. They just crammed him in.
Yes, they did.
It was like a crammed. It was the auditorium. It was the gym.
Yes.
Or
I think it was the gym. I think it was the gym.
The one that went down.
Yes.
So tell me about that. Were you in that gym?
Yes, I was in that gym.
What was that like?
Yes, it was so crowded. And everybody was so excited to see a president, you know. Yeah. And when they brought him in, I thought, oh wow, you know, the president, you know, came to Valley College. You know, that was great, you know. And I remember one of my brothers loved him, and he says, I would love to have. You can go because you're a handicapped person, and they're gonna have an area for handicapped kids.
Sure.
He got in.
No way.
Yes. I have a picture of Clinton, but not with me, not me with him.
Sure.
Yeah, and the ticket that they gave us to get in, you know. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That was a very exciting time to see the president, you know.
So on that subject, Angie, we have another question about leadership. So across your career, you worked with generations of college presidents, chancellors, faculty members, classified professionals, including President Arthur Jensen.
Yes.
Chancellor Raymond Ellerman.
Yes.
And President Manuel Rivera.
Yes.
What qualities distinguished these leaders who truly understood Valley College's students and employees, and what did Dr. Rivera's presidency mean to you at the moment in the college's history? So tell me about these individuals and what stood out to you about them.
Well, Dr. Jensen was the first president. He was very friendly with students, and you could easily walk into his office, sit down, and visit with him.
Sure.
He was very friendly, you know. And I remember lots of times I used to go in and sit and visit with him, you know, and we just talk about just regular things, you know. He'd ask me questions, and then his secretary that worked with him was one of my friends. It worked in the office, and we go to lunch together, you know, and which was really nice, you know. And then Dr. Ellerman was the chancellor. Dr. Ellerman, he loved art, and you know, he bought one of my paintings.
No way.
He bought one of my paintings, and then later he says, Angie, one of the landscapes that I bought from you, it's beautiful. It's autumn. He says, do you think I can buy another one that has a winter scene? That's almost the same, but it's a winter scene. I said, I'll do another one for you. So he has a couple of paintings that belong to me.
Oh my gosh.
I sold him 2 paintings. Sure. That's how I pay for my schooling.
I feel like, you know, a new term that we use in today's like marketing world is influencer. I feel like you're the OG Valley College influencer because everybody is getting everything from you. That's amazing.
I know I gave a lot to do everything.
That's cool.
And then, you know, Dr. Rivera was the first Hispanic president. But he wasn't here very long, though. He didn't last very long. But I said, wow, I mean, if this guy can become president of this college,
where else can we go?
What else can we? Yes. I mean, I thought to myself, me, a little farm girl from Texas that comes to this school. I thought it was Oxford, but it wasn't. But I thought it was such a big school. Because I went to a little dinky school in Texas. You know, I went only 6 grades went to the same classroom. It was a very little town, you know. I was born in Elsa, Texas, you know. And when I see how your life has changed and how things have happened, I said, can you imagine me going to college, graduating from a college, and then becoming a professor at a college?
And look at you now.
And then seeing a Hispanic president, and then working here all these years. It's been easy.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. And I hope I have the next 60 of my years wonderful.
Well, and Angie, to that point, you were Employee of the Year once upon a time, right?
Yes, I was.
Tell me about that.
Oh, I was so honored when I became Employee of the Year. I said, oh my God, the first one. I'm the first Employee of the Year.
Oh, you're kidding?
No.
Like ever?
Ever.
Tell me, what year?
Yes.
What year was that?
That was 1986, I think. 86. I have it in my thing, yeah.
Tell me about that.
When they told me, it was a big surprise. They had a big barbecue, because Classify have barbecues,
Yes,
you know.
delicious barbecue.
Yes, I know. So when they call me and they told me that I was employed, I said, oh my God, how excited. And you know, my father happened to be in the hospital. He was really ill,
Sure.
my dad. That when I got that award, after work, I went straight to the hospital
Of course.
to show him my award. And he says, oh my God. He says, leave it here. I want to show all the doctors that my daughter became the employee. He had it in his hospital.
Oh my gosh.
Little desk, you know.
Sure.
I said, I was so honored, you know. And so that was a big reward for me. You
Yes.
know. That was wonderful.
That's
Yes,
amazing,
yes.
Angie.
Yeah.
I just feel so inspired with this conversation, and I'm so glad that we got to sit down. And now we're down to our last question. It's the backbone of this project as we interview all of these very notable VIPs in this podcast space. If you can repeat this sentence back and answer it. The question is, to you, San Bernardino Valley College is blank. It could be a sentence, it could be a word, it could be a feeling, anything. So what you would say is, to me, Valley College is blank, and then you just fill in the blank. So whenever you're ready.
Valley College it's a place that anybody can be successful at. I mean, we have vets, we have foreigners, we have handicapped kids. Anybody can become somebody if you allow them to come to school and just let them be who they are. You know, so I think this is what's great about this school, that the variety of people that are here, especially Valley College. Valley College is the most interesting place to work. And that's what I love about Valley, is that all the countries that have come here, foreign students, the Vietnamese, handicapped kids, and as a matter of fact, we hire a lot of the handicapped kids because people need to see, hey, if a handicapped kid can get a job, what can I not get a job?
Yeah.
A vet. Vets are very important too. So we should not forget them, never. Give them an opportunity. And this college has given opportunities to lots of people, and especially me. And I am grateful for that.
Amen. So before we end, is there anything else that you'd like to say before we end our podcast? Anybody you'd like to thank? Maybe if you want to leave us with one last Angie statement of brilliance. No pressure.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. There's so many people to thank.
Sure.
Because so many people. And not just the people like Dr. Ellerman, Dr. Jansen, but the cafeteria lady that used to save me a pecan bun every Friday.
Yeah.
You know, and the gardener that showed me about the beautiful flowers. All the people here that work here, they all are nice to the students. And I think that's very important. So, this is a great place to be. And I don't regret any of it. You know, I wish I was younger again so I can continue on.
I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. So once again, Angie, thank you so much for your time. It's an honor to have you. It's a true blessing to hear your story. Thank you. And I wanted to thank Daniel Rodriguez for everything that you do in the studio. Thank you so much for supporting the project. Thank you to FTVM for allowing us to use the space. Thank you, Valley College, for having 100 years of beautiful stories that we get to share here. So once again, everybody, my name is Thomas Robles. I'm the host of the San Bernardino Valley College Centennial Podcast. See you on the next one. Valley up.